very warm welcome to the Oracle Fusion Finance Cloud demo by TrioTech Software Trainings. My name is Chandu, and I'll be your trainer for the Oracle Fusion Financial Applications. Now, just a brief introduction about myself. I have around 10 plus years of experience working with Oracle Oracle Financial Applications altogether. And I have worked on multiple, technologies within the Oracle, Oracle platform itself. And during my career, basically, I have completed, multiple implementations, worked on multiple projects, configuring the Oracle applications and, enabling them for the business to utilize in their day-to-day business activities, and as well as have worked on many, support projects as well. And across the globe is what I have worked on with respect to the multiple projects, and therefore carry real-time, real-time experience on the real-time business scenarios that is generally, faced in the real-time business, and therefore through that particular experience, I will be taking the sessions to make you, in order to familiarize you with the current business processes and the prevalent business activities and the use of Oracle ERP in that particular context. So that's a brief introduction about myself. And for today's session, this is the first session on the finance Fusion Financial demonstration. And the agenda, basically the basic agenda, the overall agenda is to make you or help you understand what Oracle ERP is all about. Okay, and so that as a preliminary knowledge sharing, you will be familiar with the aspects of Oracle, or the primary aspects of Oracle, and thereafter we can move into the in-depths of the Fusion Financial application. Okay, now this is the agenda for today that I'm planning to take or give you a walkthrough around. And during the sessions, even there will be, times where I'll be asking if at all you have any questions. The moment we can discuss on any questions that you may have, or also towards the end, we will have a question and answer session for clarifying your doubts. Okay, let's begin. So ERP, every one I believe gathered in this particular session is aware about the ERP as a application or a software that helps business carry out its day-to-day business activities, transactions, and everything within that particular application. Right. This is the very layman aspect around the ERP, which everyone nowadays is aware about. With the context of the applications for carrying out the business activities. Now, just as a definition, you can see here, it's a business process management software that manages and integrates a company's financial supply chain operations, commerce, reporting, manufacturing, and human resource activities. Okay, it is just not limited to this. There are like many more areas of business, which is basically catered by different ERPs. Okay, so the primary aspect of any ERP is what? Manage the business process, and along with that, manage the underlying data, right? So these are softwares that help in managing the business activities or business functions. Now, the most common functions that we know of any business, okay, is something that is listed here. Okay, the sales, financials, production, inventory, service, human resource, manufacturing, purchasing, okay, customer relationship management. Okay, all these are something that you probably, if you are working in any business context or any organizational context, you would come across these aspects day in and day out, right? So this is what basically an ERP is for. Okay, managing these particular activities. Now, in the market, there are many organizations or many companies that are involved in the ERP development and ERP service business. Okay, so some of the names that you can see here are quite popular names, like you have Oracle, SAP, okay, Sage, Salesforce. These are all different players in the market who are the software developers. Okay, the ERP software developers, which many of you might be knowing. Okay. Now, Oracle is one of the leaders in the ERP space, along with SAP and many other Salesforce and all. These are some of the leading names that I have listed here. So Oracle is also one of them. Now, before we deep dive into the Oracle Fusion aspects, so Oracle is basically again the ERP developer or the software developer who is actually developing the softwares for any any kind of business process that you can think of, anything and everything that you can think of in a business context. Okay, so such wide is the scope of the applications that is within Oracle. The number of applications or softwares that Oracle has developed over the years. Okay. So over the years, Oracle has built all these ERPs. Some of the ERPs they have actually acquired over a period of time. Okay, in order to merge them into the Oracle cloud or merge them into the Oracle suite of applications. So that is how the journey has been so far for Oracle. Now you will understand all of these aspects, or again I will touch base all of these aspects in detail in the coming slides. Okay. Now, to understand what Oracle Fusion is all about. So now when we are talking about the demonstration or the demo session itself in the beginning, I said we are going to see or understand about Oracle Fusion financial demonstration, right? So what is Oracle Fusion? Okay, so basically Oracle Fusion is a technology, okay, which on which the applications have been developed. Okay, we call it as the Fusion applications, Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, so it is whether it is for the financials, whether it is for the supply chain management or human capital management, for all of these applications have been built on the Fusion architecture by Oracle. Now, what is Fusion is something that you need to understand. Now, the reason why we call applications built by Oracle as a Fusion application is because of these, majorly these three reasons. Okay. First is it is built on open standards based platform. Okay. What does it mean? So basically the applications in Oracle Fusion, it is built using multiple technical tools. Okay. So these are some of the examples of the technical tools that have been used in order to build the application or develop the application by Oracle. Okay, Oracle SOA. Okay, then WebLogic Server, J Developer, OBIW, and then Web Central Portal, Enterprise Manager, Identity Management, and many other things. Okay, it is just not this, but many technological aspects they have or tools they have actually utilized to build the Fusion application. Now, if you are from a technical line, whose core area is the computer applications, if you have done the course in that, or you have your bachelor's or master's in them, then you will better understand these tools, because these are quite heavily used in almost every IT companies where the software developments are happening. Okay, but yeah, for time being, just understand this. Others, you can understand this as a technical tool which is used in the building or development of the applications. Then built on best business processes. Okay, now what does it mean built on best business processes? As I've said, Oracle has actually built its application over decades. Okay, it's not yesterday or day before yesterday or in the last few years that Oracle has built these softwares or applications. It has been in the industry for quite a long time, and over the years, whatever experiences it has gained from the market, okay, for each of the functions of the business, general functions of the business or niche functions of the business, according to that, they have built these applications in order to cater to those processes of the business. They have built the application. That is why you can say they are built on the basis of the best business practices in the industry over a period of time. And also it is not like they have built at one point of time and that is continuing. If that would have been the case, then Oracle would have been obsolete from the market. Okay, so change is something on a continuous basis they have been adopting. Okay, in order to survive, or not survive in the sense, in order to be a leader in the ERP space. So with the changing dynamics of the industries, with the changing dynamics of the business, okay, That in turn, in a very layman terms, is to say that the best practices in the industry, they are keeping on updating and upgrading themselves, and that is how they have become leaders in the market. Okay, then deployed through a selection of options. So this is all about the deployment model. So in any industry, this is also a little bit technical in nature, but you can say any application or any software that needs to be installed, okay, or that needs to be deployed, needs some basis, okay, or some infrastructure capability. So in those lines, these things are mentioned here: public cloud, private cloud, on-premise, hybrid. Okay, so what is this public cloud, okay, or on-premise? These are the things that we will understand a bit more in detail, so that your concept, or you are familiar with those aspects as well when it comes to any software or application. I'll cover this in the next few slides. Okay. Now, talking about the evolution, okay, or path that Oracle Fusion Financials has come through. Okay, so you can see here, this is a little, a blurred out image, but then you can see, I believe you can see here the details. Okay, Oracle E-Business Suite, Oracle PeopleSoft Enterprise, Oracle JD Edwards Enterprise, then Siebel. Okay, so these were actually e-business suite was the traditional, in-house set of applications that was built by Oracle. Okay, earlier in the initial stages of the in the initial stages when it had ventured into the ERP space. Okay, but then later on, it had included, or basically it had taken over other ERP players in the market, like PeopleSoft. PeopleSoft was actually a third-party software. Okay, but it was acquired by Oracle in the due course of time, in order to get the expertise of the PeopleSoft applications that was into human resource management. To get that expertise of it, it has included, or taken over, acquired this PeopleSoft software and included it under the Oracle Fusion applications. The same way, JD Edwards Enterprise as well. JD Edwards was one of the ERP, leading ERP for procurement and financial related application. Okay, so that also it acquired over time in order to get the benefits of its wider and its expertise in the respective space. Then Siebel was for customer relationship management. Similarly, Hyperion was one of the reporting tool. Okay, one of the leading reporting tools in the market. Similarly, e-business suite, as I mentioned, that is their homegrown product. Okay, Oracle itself themselves have built it, and it was primarily into financials. So from that journey, from the time it was into financials, and then later on it acquired all of these to expand, okay, its software base or ERP base for all the other functions within a business as well. So that is how it has grown. Okay. Now, with respect to these Fusion applications, okay, what has been the origin of that particular Fusion application? Okay, from what are the different software versions and all those things that they have come up over a period of time that we will see in the next few slides. But before that, we will cover a small topic around the cloud deployment models. Okay, so the cloud deployment means the deployment aspect, which I talked about here, right? There are different options through which the Fusion applications are deployed. Okay, deployed. So that is what we will understand a bit more around the cloud deployment models. Okay, so you can see here there are four set of models that you can see: on-premise, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, now what do these deployment models mean? So in any business, or let's say any software that you purchase, okay, any simple software that you purchase, you have to install it, right? There is an installation space that is required. There is certain data memory required. Okay, there are certain set of infrastructures, you can say, that are required in order to run any application or software, right? So that is a very small or a layman example that I have explained. But when it comes to bigger, applications and softwares, Okay, ERP specifically to speak about, okay, or business analytics applications or softwares that we speak about, there is a lot of, infrastructure, huge infrastructure that is required for deploying and for running those applications. Okay. Now, on premise is what? On the premises of the company that is purchasing the licenses for the softwares, on their premise itself, the required infrastructure would be installed. Okay, so that is the reason the name itself, the technology name itself was on premise. Okay, so applications, data, okay, the data management, runtime, middlewares, any or operating systems, any servers, any storage, any networking capabilities, if any, all of these used to be installed, or okay, or we can say all of these infrastructures required were done at the company premises itself on the company servers and all. It would be done. That is what an on-premise model is. Okay. Now, the current model that we will see with respect to any of the Oracle applications is more of the cloud model, and that too, in that you have two of the models: software as a service and platform as a service. Now, cloud model is what? Cloud-based model is what? Basically, there is a server hosted by the respective companies itself in different regions, and it is on the companies, on that particular software companies servers itself, all of these things would run. Okay, majority of those things. That is what a cloud model is. Or if you want to understand a very simple, in a layman terms, if you want to understand it, you can talk about your Google Gmail, or Google applications that you are using. Okay, so when you are running the Gmail application, or Google Drive, you are actually not installing anything on your laptops. Okay, you are not installing anything as such on your mobile phones. Okay, so it is the application that runs on the Google's database, on Google's server, everything. You just have a user ID and password to log into the Gmail, or to the Drive, and so on and so forth. Okay, even the data storage is something that is happening on their Google's server. So that is what more or less a cloud model is all about. Okay, or cloud deployment model is all about. Now, with respect to Oracle Fusion, okay, these are the prevalent, or the latest models, deployment models, when it comes to Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, first of them is software as a service. The other one is platform as a service. In short, we call them as SaaS and PaaS. Okay, now what is the features around software as a service? So all the Oracle applications, okay, the seeded, the Oracle developed ones, okay, so those are actually covered under the umbrella of software as a service. So let's say, for example, any financial related application, or any human resource related application that Oracle Fusion application has, okay, so it is covered under software as a service. Now the application is built and managed by Oracle themselves. The data also is managed by Oracle. Runtime, middleware, operating system, virtual servers, storage, networking, all the capabilities, all the infrastructure capabilities required are developed as well as managed by Oracle themselves. Okay, so in this case, at the client place, no installation, nothing of that sort needs to be done. Okay, and simply the business who is purchasing the license for software as a service will get one link, just like you get a link for Gmail. The same way, they'll get a link for the Oracle environment, and they will get a ID and a password, and they can log in, and they can carry out their business activities. Okay, so we'll understand a bit more around it, further. Now, platform as a service, this is something which is, just for your understanding, I'm explaining. Platform as a service is what? They are actually providing a platform where runtime, middleware, operating systems, or servers, storage, networking, all these infrastructure capabilities will be managed by Oracle, but the application and data is something that will be managed by the business that is creating the application. So this particular deployment model is something that Oracle has provided, or Oracle provides the license for this, so that the business, they can develop their own applications as per the business requirement. So many a times it is possible that the standard applications which Oracle ERP provide may not suffice for some aspects of the business. Okay, for some aspects of the business or some process of the business, it may not suffice that is provided under software as a service, all the applications that is provided under software as a service. So in that case, the business may have to create or develop some custom applications, or they may have to create some custom pages. Okay, similarly, do some custom technical developments. So in order to facilitate that, they are providing another license, which is called as platform as a service. Okay, so this is just for you to understand at a higher level. Okay, we'll now go a little bit more into the application aspects. Okay, we will understand a bit more around the releases that Oracle has come up through till today, and so that you have an understanding on, or you are familiar with those aspects as well. Just one moment, please. Okay, so let's understand or have a little bit more understanding around those aspects. So here, this is where in the Excel I have jotted down some of the aspects when it comes to the release aspects. Okay. Okay. Also, before that, I will show you how the login page of the Oracle application, SaaS applications look like. Okay. I told you, right? There is a environment that is given, okay, or an instance as we call it, or you can say a URL, okay, that is provided to any business that purchases the license for the software as an application, software as a service, or platform as a service. Okay. So I'll show you that just for you to be familiar with it. Okay, so let's say this is one of the application that someone has purchased. Okay, so there is this URL, or there is this particular URL that they will receive, something like this. Okay, and once you click, once you enter it in the browser, this is the sign in page that will come up. Sign in Oracle Applications Cloud. Okay. Now in here, based on the user ID and password that has been shared by Oracle, okay, as an admin, that ID and password is something that will be required for every user. An ID and password will be required. Okay, that needs to be entered. So once you enter it, this is how the page would look like. Okay, the login page or the home page, we can say this is the home page, which will look like, and you will see a lot of other things with respect to different applications. Okay, the different applications for which the accesses have been granted and all that will be available to use. Those things we will discuss further in detail in the coming sessions. Today I'll not go through those aspects because that would be a bit more a core aspect with respect to the application details, which we will be continuing with in the coming sessions. But today we will understand, or we will get familiarized with the login pages. Okay, so here we are. And also now we will talk about the, the time, from the time that Oracle came into the market for the Fusion applications. Okay, from that time until today, what are the different releases that it has come up with? So every software, okay, in a layman terms, to understand any software that comes in the market, there are different versions to it. You might be familiar with that aspect. Okay, so even in your phones as well, with respect to a certain application or a software, you receive a notification every quite frequently saying the update is in available. Please update the version. Okay, so all those things are basically applicable to every software, and in the same way, it is applicable to Oracle also. Okay, from the time that Oracle has built, it is not in 2011 that Oracle came up. Even before that, Oracle had e-business suite, the one which we talked about in the earlier slides. Okay, it was there already in the market somewhere in the 80s, 1980s or so. Oracle actually came into existence and incorporated, and from that time onwards, they are into some of the other software development and ERP activities. Okay, so the first ERP or the first version of or the first technology was called as the e-business suite. Okay, but 2000 year 2011 is when they actually started or they rolled out their first fusion applications or cloud-based application. Okay, so here you can see 2011 R1. R1 is the first release that it came up with in the market. Okay, and it was on the on-premise as well as on the cloud model. Okay, it was something that used to be installed on the company premises as well as on some of the cases the cloud deployment also was happening. So from that time onwards, over the years, it has actually come across or it has actually rolled out many releases. Release 1, release 2, release 3, like that. Okay, and with every release, they would come up with some enhancements in the applications or adding of new features. Okay, changing of the look and feels, many of those sorts, which you can see in any normal software or application that you use in your day-to-day life. Okay, so with every release, ideally what happens, they are coming with new features or new enhancements or any bugs that have been there in the previous release. Those things they would fix it. Okay, so until release 10 is what they came up. Okay, which was quite dynamically changing with respect to the different changes that were brought in by Oracle in the development process. Okay, but then it came up with release 11. Okay, until release 10, it was on-premise and cloud. Both models were prevalent. Okay, but from release 11 onwards, okay, from release 11 onwards till release 13, which is the current release. Okay, which first time it was rolled out in 2017, and it is considered to be the most stable release. Why it is called stable? Because there is no major bug fixing or major architectural changes in the software from release 13 onwards. Definitely, there would be changes in the context that new features would be coming in and all those cases or all those things. But the core underlying architecture is not drastically changed. That is the reason we call it as the most stable and static release. And all the release and any application that you see now for the Oracle, you will see that it is mentioning always release 13 as the release. Okay, and it is purely into cloud. So everything has now been moved into cloud. There is no on-premise deployment model. Okay, now you need to understand that when it comes for versions. Okay, now under release 13, what Oracle does is it comes with versions. Okay, versions of release 13. So in that versions, what is basically done is they will come up with enhancements. Okay, they will add in new features. They will fix any issues that was previously in the previous feature or previous version. Okay, so those are the things that they do with respect to release 13, and that is called as their upgrade policy. So what they are basically doing is they are bringing upgrades to their current ERP software, which is and the policy that they have is the quarterly upgrade policy. Okay, what do you mean by quarterly upgrade? So what they do is they come up with a new version, upgraded version every quarter for the release 13 applications. Okay, and you will see this, or how can you identify which version you are on? So basically, you will see something like this. Okay, so that is on a yearly basis. On an yearly basis, whatever version upgrades they would come up with, they would name it accordingly. Okay, so here you can see some examples. In the year 2023, the first quarter when they came up with the upgrade, they named it as 23A. Okay, then 23B in the second quarter, 23C in the third quarter, 23D in the fourth quarter. Now in 2024, in January when they came up, which is the first quarter, when they came up, they named it as 24A. Okay, in the second quarter, now currently we are in the second quarter. Okay, and the version that you will see will be named as 24B. Release 13, 24B. Okay, so when you log into the application and you look at the application version details, you will see something like this. The naming or the version numbering, the release numbering, something like this, you will find it. I'll show you in a minute. Just 1 second. Okay. So let me show you this. In the Fusion application where I have logged in, there is something called as the settings and action icon, or you can even call it as the profile icon. And you can scroll down here. Sorry, there was a network interruption on my side. May I know where you guys lost me? At what point? Verma or admin team?
You're talking about the version and you said you'll show it. I think we didn't use you much.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that. So yeah, so the version, how we can see it in the Oracle login. Okay, so basically this is where once you have logged into the application, you will click on this profile kind of icon, and below that you will see something called as about this application. Okay, so when you click on that, this is where you will see 24B Oracle Fusion Cloud Applications, 24B 11, 13, 24, 04. Okay, so this is how you will be able to identify what is the release, what is the version, and in which quarter it has come up, the upgrade has come up. Okay, so 24B totally says in the year 2024, in the second quarter, the version upgrade has come up. And even here also you will be able to see 11. What does 11 stand for? 11 stands for the Fusion application the first time when it came, 2011, as I mentioned, right? In 2011, it came up with the Fusion applications. Okay, so that is where 11 stands for that particular aspect. Then 13. 13 stands for the release currently we are on. Okay, so as I mentioned, there were release 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 13, which is the current release, the most stable release. Okay, so that is what is indicative of from this particular number, 13. Then comes the year 2024. This particular upgrade, when did it happen? In the year 2024, and in which month it happened? In the first month of the second quarter, which is April. Okay, so that is when it was released. So this particular version 24B that we are currently on was released in the month of April 2024. Okay, so this is what is indicative of this particular information that you see here in the Oracle Fusion Cloud applications. Okay, so that is how for you to identify how a version can be, you can identify a version. So these are the details around it. Okay, now we will deep dive into the other aspects of the Oracle Cloud applications. Okay, so this is where we have talked about early releases, the current release that we are on, the version upgrade policies. Okay, now we will talk about some of the aspects around applications, SaaS as we called it. I told you, right? We talked about SaaS, software as a service. So all the software that Oracle has developed, okay, for catering to the different business activities like finance or supply chain or human capital management, it all comes under the umbrella of software as a service. Okay, so we will understand that application framework. Here it is. Okay, Oracle Fusion Applications Framework. Okay, different kinds of areas, that for which the Oracle applications have been developed, like financial management that you see here. Okay, general ledger. Okay, general ledger is one of the key aspects in any business from the finance accounting process perspective. Okay, so there is an application for general ledger. Similarly, there is an accounts payable application. Okay, in order to manage the accounts payable activities. Okay, that is the supplier invoicing related activities, supplier payment related activities. Okay, so for that, the accounts payable application is something that they have developed under the financial management suite. Okay, then there is asset management. Okay, now asset management is something in order to manage the different activities that you perform with respect to the fixed assets in any business. Okay, so fixed asset, let's say, fixed asset registration, that is the creation of the fixed asset. Okay, similarly, tracking of the fixed assets. Okay, similarly, from an accounting standpoint of view, people who are from the accounting background, you will understand that there is a depreciation aspect for assets. Okay, so calculation of the depreciation, then accounting aspects of the depreciation or accounting aspects of booking, transfer of assets, adjustments to assets. Okay, all these comes under the asset management activities. Then payments and collection. So payments and collection is actually a extension of accounts payable and accounts receivable module. So accounts receivable is what? Where you manage the customer invoicing. Okay, so customer billing activities. Okay, whatever is managed is basically under the accounts receivable module. Okay, similarly, payment and collections. So is an extension, as I mentioned, to the accounts payable and accounts receivable module. Why? Because for all the vendor invoices, that the supplier invoices, you need to carry out the payment activities, and therefore you will be able to do it under the payments module. Similarly, there is a collections module, okay, or collection activities, that is actually an extended part of the accounts receivable, where the collection activity related transactions are recorded, okay, or other activities are carried out, like booking of receipts from the customers. Okay, so all other activities. There are many other activities. It's not just booking of receipts, but any over and above that, there are many small activities that you do as part of the respective department, which is again part of the accounts receivable and collections module or application. Then cash and expense management. So what is cash and expense management? So all activities related to the bank statements, okay, bank reconciliation activities, cash flow activities, those are actually something that you manage under the cash management as a module or application. Expense management is forward. Expense management is basically to manage the reimbursements, okay, the expense claims and reimbursements that are done by the employees in any business. So any business, you when you talk about it, the employees would be incurring some expenses for the business, so which in turn they will later on claim from the company. Okay, so that is what basically those activities, related to those activities, the transactions are performed under the expense management. Like that, you will see a lot of other applications that are catering to different areas of business. Like human capital management, you can see there are many applications. Similarly, for project management, for procurement, for supply chain, for customer relationship management, governance, risks, and compliances. So these are some of the core, application frameworks, or you can say the areas for which the Oracle has developed the applications. It is not just limited to this. Okay, understand this. This is just a core framework. There are many other applications also which Oracle has built around even business analytics as well. Okay, so lot of other things as well. Okay, but this is just one a high level or core aspect which I'm talking about here for your understanding. Okay. Now coming to the cloud financial suite. Now this is what we are going to see in the coming days. Okay, in this particular course, in the coming days, this is what we are going to see. Oracle Cloud Financial Suite. Not all of them, because we'll talk about it later in detail, what we offer in the course. Okay, that we will talk about. But yeah, this is for your understanding itself that I'm saying. Cloud Financial Suite. Okay, Cloud Financial Suite is not limited to these aspects, but even as I mentioned, there are many more. Okay, there are many small and big modules which Oracle has come up over the years in order to support the different business functions. The list of it is something that you can see here. Core modules and other modules. Okay. Now, as part of this course, you need to understand what are the things that we are going to cover. Okay. The modules that we are going to cover in the financial or as part of this course. Okay. General ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets, cash management. Okay, this is what the course content would be. Okay, now anyone who is, I mean, today's audience mix would be, I believe, many people from might be from the technical background, or some of you might be from the business background in the sense working in any accounting, finance department, or any other department for that matter. Okay, or you may be a student who is looking to enter into the business, or who is looking to make a career in this particular industry. So this particular course is equally applicable for, or equally applicable or equally useful for every one of you. Now, why do I say that? So definitely people from accounting background, finance background, okay, who want to or who might already be using Oracle as an application, but who want to know more how a particular application is configured, okay, and want to enter into that area. For them, this course would be useful. The same way, technical people, okay, who are also technical consultant, let's say for from Oracle background, okay, who want to switch their career into the functional area, more into the configuration aspects and all, and also understand the usage of the applications, okay, in order how basically the business activities and transactions are carried out. For them also equally it is useful, okay, because that is how the course has been designed. I'll talk more around what are the components even within these also, what are the different things that we are going to cover or will be part of this course. I will be showing you in the next moment. Okay. Similarly, for students also, it is a very good course in the sense that they will actually get a kickstart. Okay, with this particular course, learning this course, they will have more chances, okay, of getting employed in the market. Okay, because many businesses, they and companies that are working in this particular industry or area, they actually hire even freshers, and it will be an added advantage for people who are learning this course, in a sense that they will get more edge, okay, from others in the market, from total freshers in the market. Okay, so that is where this course is curated and designed in such a way that it will benefit a mix of all the people, okay, who are from different backgrounds. Okay, now why do I say that? Okay, I'll show you what basically is covered in each of these applications. Okay, when I talk about GL, when I talk about AP, when I talk about AR, FA, cash management, okay, so these are the core modules, as I mentioned, will be covering or will be part of the course curriculum. Okay, and you will see that there are two sections to what we are covering in each module. Okay, two sections. In AP also, you will see in AR also, in FA as well, in cash management as well. Okay. Now, what are these two sections? The blue highlighted one. Okay. Here shows the configurational task. Okay. So configurational task means basically how you can configure these applications. So any software that you purchase, okay, any license that you purchase for any software, it doesn't start working on its own. There is actually a pre-configuration activity that goes behind every application so that it becomes usable for the business or for the particular person who is using it. Okay, so that is what is called as configuration. Okay, so let's say, for example, if accounts payable or general ledger or accounts receivable, okay, or for that matter, any other application that the business is purchasing the licenses for. Okay, from the time it purchased the license and it has been installed, it doesn't get automatically become useful for the business. So there is a set of activity that needs to be done by a set of people, okay, who are experts into that area. Okay, and that is what is called as the configuration. Okay, so there are configuration consultants, we call them as functional consultants or technical consultants for Oracle, okay, who actually configure the system, configure each of these applications and make it useful for the business. Okay, in that process, what they do is they understand the business requirements, they understand the business transactional processes, and accordingly, they configure these applications. Okay, so that is where you will be learning how to configure these applications. Okay, so GL as an application, how you will configure. So these are all different activities for the configuration that you need to perform as a functional consultant. Okay, so that is what we will be covering in the coming days. Similarly, you will also learn how to use the application in order to carry out the generic business processes. So we may not be able to, specifically touch base on very niche activities because every business has, different set of activities that they perform. Okay, with respect to the different departments. So general ledger or general accounting as a department, in that they will be performing many aspects or many activities. Now some of the businesses, it may have a unique business processes, but we may not be able to cover that. But all the generic processes, every business, when you go into any business, there would be set of generic activities that any kind of business would perform, whether it is a telecom industry business, whether it is a retail industry businesses, whether it is a food processing industry. In any industry, there would be a set of common activities that every business would perform. So let's say invoice processing, it's a common activity across every business. Posting of journals, okay, or reversing of journals, booking of financial accounting details, that is a very common process in every business. So in line with that, these listing have been created, okay, which can be performed or which can be called as the transactional processes, and you will learn how to perform these activities in the respective application based on the nature of the process. Okay, so both you are learning. That's the reason I said it is quite commonly beneficial for a mix of the population who is going to be part of this course. Okay, similarly for each application, AP, AR, FA, cash management. Okay. Along with that, some smaller technical tools also is something that we will give you a walkthrough around, certain approval, rules creation, or similarly some knowledge around how the integration process works. So it is not like any ERP works in isolation. So there might be multiple other ERPs also in order to cater to the business requirement. Now, both of the ERPs they need to communicate. Okay, let's say, for example, a business is using both Oracle as well as SAP. Okay, now how do they communicate? How the data transfer happens? So some aspects around those also we will understand. Also, some reporting tools are something that we will understand around. Okay, how to create those or how to utilize those reporting tools and create reports for the business. So these are some of the a very few technical aspects that we will be covering around in this particular course. Okay. Now, before we move on further, I hope you might have received the number also in the chat, wherein you need to contact if you want to enroll further for this particular course. So here is the number that is displayed on the screen also, where you can get in touch with the admin team in order to enroll for the course. Or else, if you want to enroll and you can give your number here, okay, and admin team will get in touch with you. Okay, in the chat, in the Zoom chat, you can mention your numbers or your email IDs and admin team can get in touch with you. Now, also one more thing that I would like to tell you is the demo. This was the first demo. From tomorrow onwards, we will be proceeding further with the next set of activities within the course. Okay, so so that is also going to be a free session tomorrow and day after tomorrow as well. Okay, for you to get familiar, and if you are satisfied with how the course is moving forward, you can confirm your enrollments. Okay, and whatever new process is required, that can be done. Okay, but this is just for your information that I am mentioning these aspects, and it is the same link which will be available for you to join the sessions at the same time, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Every day. Okay, every day in the sense weekly days, that is Monday to Friday. Okay, and that is how we will be proceeding further. The details again I will be sharing towards the end of this session. Okay, so these are the course details or the modules that will be covered, and we have also understood what are the things that will be covered as part of the each of the application. Okay, now coming to the roles that you need to understand. So let's say once you are trained on this, trained in this particular course on the configuration and transaction aspect, where will you stand or for what kind of work profile will you be eligible for? Okay, in general, these are the profiles that you will find within Oracle work profiles, Oracle functional team, Oracle technical team, and end users. So Oracle functional team are primarily the team which do the configurational activities. Okay, so you configure the applications, you even train the businesses, and that is what is basically done by the functional team. Okay, Then there is a technical team. So any kind of software or application does not work in isolation. Okay, so there is some technical or there is a lot of technical you know builds or developments that would be required, and for which a technical team comes into picture, which has skills sets around SQL language or Java, C++. Okay, so those are the people who actually support the technical developments for the Oracle application. So they are called as part of the Oracle technical team. And then there is a role which is called as end user, the actual users of the application who carry out the business activities on a day-to-day basis. Those are called as the end users. Now, once you have covered this course, for which role would you be eligible for? You would be eligible for the Oracle functional team. Okay, because you are looking at the functional configurations of the applications. Similarly, you are looking at the transactional aspects of the applications. That is why you will be eligible for the Oracle functional team. Okay. Now the work profiles. What are the different work profiles for which you will be eligible for? Implementation, support, and testing. So implementation is what? Where basically any business that procures the licenses for the applications, then they actually get in touch with a company that provides the implementation service. So implementation service is basically what? Where the team would go in and they would configure the applications and train the business to use those applications. So that is what comes under the scope of implementation. So you may be eligible to be part of the implementation companies and implementation work profiles. Okay, support is what? Now, once the implementation has been done, okay, and the business has started using the applications, they will need regular support. Okay, so let's say, for example, any new feature came up. So they need to know, okay, they need to use that particular new feature. Then that particular new feature has to be configured. Okay, and even they need to be trained on that. So that is where a support role is something that would come in. So it is more like an AMC. Okay, so you buy an AC, you need a regular support, right? In maintenance of the AC, or fixing any issues or troubleshoot it. Okay, so that is where there is a support team or a customer support team, basically, that is there. Okay, to support you with the respective aspects. So that is where you may even be eligible for the support work profile. Okay, testing. There is another work profile which is quite not that what do you say, prevalent in the market, but not that much in the market. But yeah, there are many companies who even provide the testing services. So you may even be part of the testing. So any new application development has been done or new feature has been rolled out, and specifically business has hired a testing team to make sure that everything is working as expected. So that is where you can even be part of that testing a team as well. So these are the different work profiles that you will find under the Oracle framework. Okay, wherein you may be eligible once you are through with this course. This is just for your understanding. What are the different companies that are involved in the Oracle world? Okay, so product selling. So product selling means the application development and the application selling. That is done by Oracle Corporation, that is in US. Okay, so the main product development and product selling is done by Oracle Corporation. But then there are other service providers in the market who actually do the consulting business. So as I mentioned, right, the implementation activity, support activity, testing activity, these are all different services. And there are many players in the market who are called as the service providers, and they are big fours like EY, Deloitte, KPMG, or similarly uh, what do we have? Oracle themselves we have in the consulting business. Oracle also has its own companies in the consulting business. Then all the big names that you know of: IBM, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, okay, and many other small and big players. They are all in the service providers space. Okay, who are involved in the implementation of the application. Similarly, who are in the support activities or testing activities. Now, I have mentioned these things is for you to realize what is the scope once you are through with this course. Okay, these are all the big companies that are hiring people. Okay, that is where you stand a chance. Okay, once you have completed this course around the Oracle financial applications. Okay, these are all the different industries that you can think of where Oracle is being used as an ERP. Okay, so with this, almost we are completing today's session. Now, these are why to choose TrioTech. So basically, what TrioTech would give you as part of the course curriculum. Okay. So as I mentioned, we are all, I'm actually from the industry itself, have experience working on the implementations and all. So therefore, I can help you relate with the real-time business environment activities. Okay. Then it is all scenario driven. So when I talk about any scenario transaction aspects or any configuration aspects, it's not just that how I will show you just to do some clicks and configure it. No, it is based on the real life examples and real life scenarios that I will be discussing around. And in line with that, we will be doing the configurational activities and the transactional activities. Okay, and the course material is designed in such a way, that is where you will be getting the benefit of it. Now, timings, our session timings would be 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. every day. Okay, 1 hour of session timings, and on the weekdays from Monday to Friday. Okay, that is what the course timing would be. Now, maybe sometimes when required, okay, as and when we progress in the sessions towards the end of it, if the time does not permit, I mean, if the time is insufficient, then we will be having some sessions around weekends as well. Okay, but that would be based on the scenario where it is required. Only then it will be done. Okay. Now, one more thing that you need to understand is the course duration. Okay, the course duration is for a 75 to 80 to 90 hours. Okay, that is what generally the course duration goes up to. Okay, now in this particular duration, we will be trying to cover live sessions. Okay, live sessions around the Oracle applications. And if at all there is anything that is left out, it is mostly probable, possible that few topics may be left out. Okay, so in that case, we have even video references or recordings, recorded materials as well, which we will be providing to you towards the end of it. But majority of the course we will be trying to complete in this particular time frame. But if at all something is left out, then definitely we will be helping you with the recorded course material. But understand this, it is a duration of around 80 to 85 to 90 hours of the course that will be, the live sessions will be conducted. Okay. Now, with respect to any issues that you may be facing, okay, you will even get the instances also. Okay, so you need to practice, right? You need to practice anything that you are trained on a daily basis. You need to practice it. So for that, we will be even providing you with some stable instances as well as some temporary instances. Stable instances in the sense means what? A stable URL which does not get refreshed over a period of time. Okay, it will be there for a longer duration of time. Okay, so that is where a stable instance is something that we will provide you, wherein you can practice. Also, there will be some test environments or temporary environments that we will provide you, which actually gets refreshed on a weekly basis, generally on a weekly basis. Okay, so those kind of test instance also we will provide you for assisting you with your practice purpose. Okay. Also, there is a WhatsApp group that will be created for you to be part of. Okay, once you have confirmed your enrollments in the coming days. Okay, in the WhatsApp group, you can discuss any issues that you are facing. Okay, and assistance will be provided to you in order to help you resolve those issues. Also, any conceptual clarity you would want, or anywhere you are facing any issues, there also we will support you. Okay, you may drop in your queries in the WhatsApp group, and we will connect with you to resolve your issues or support you with or assist you with your needs. Okay. Now, one more additional feature with respect to our course offering is the recording on a daily basis. Whatever session is carried out, the live session is carried out, the recordings will be placed on a daily basis onto the server. Okay, and you will be given the access for you to go through the recordings and learn from the recordings as well. During your day, when you sit to practice, you can go through the recordings again. Okay. Also, there is some level of placement assistance that is provided by TrioTech, in the sense that we are in touch with the different kinds of businesses or different businesses who are into the service provider space. Okay, and we generally come to know of the openings and all. So in that context, we will be assisting you, or as TrioTech will be assisting you with the placement activities as well. Okay, in a sense that they will help you with the openings that are coming up in the market. Then resume preparation. So, admin team is also available who will help you even with the resume preparation as well. Okay, to help you prepare the resume in a way that will help you to get you know or wherein you can apply for the opportunities that can come up. Then interview question discussions. Okay, so interview question discussion is something that I would be taking towards the end of our course, wherein general questions that are asked in the industry with respect to the Oracle applications, the financial applications, okay, that will be discussed with you to help you get familiar with the kind of questions that would come up, okay, or to train you on how you can need to, or what kind of questions will come up, and you can or what kind of answers you can provide to those questions. Okay, so that would be interview question discussions. Mock interviews can also be arranged for you. Okay, admin can arrange for you as well. Okay, if it is required by you. Okay, mock interview sessions can also be done. So these are all the different course offerings. Again, to reiterate, from tomorrow we will be deep diving into the training sessions for the Oracle Cloud Financial Applications, and the timing will be 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. on a daily basis from Monday to Friday. And once you confirm, tomorrow also there will be a free session. Day after tomorrow also there will be a free session. Within the time limit, within this time limit, you need to confirm your enrollment on the number that you see on the screen, or you can share your numbers or email IDs, and admin can get in touch with you, and all the enrollment formalities can be completed, and a WhatsApp group will be created, wherein you will be added, and we can be in touch in the WhatsApp group also for any issues or queries that you have. This is all about the course. Thank you for this time that you have taken to attend this session. Now open for any questions that you may have.
So,
Any
sir, as you explained about what will be covered in this course, I think
Mhm.
the additional topics like intercompany, can you please go to the uh, yeah financial suits, right? So, other modules, how will this help if we are not
No, other
knowing?
modules we are not covering it. And also we don't have any curriculum at the moment for any of these other modules.
Hmm.
What is the core module that we are covering is the basic or the core of the application for any financial department. These are the core applications based on the core departments. So that is what is part of the course curriculum.
Okay. So, do you have any other extended course which you are covering all the topics?
Not as of today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah,
So
may I
there
know
is
how long will get the server access?
Server access will be there for 5 months.
Five
From the
months.
time, yeah, 5 months. From the time we start the course, it is like, when I say 80 to 90 hours of the course, it is close to 2.5 months. Okay, so close to 2.5 months, the training will go on. And post that, for further 2.5 months, you will get the extended access.
Okay.
So in total, 5 months. But yeah, later on, if you want the access for further practicing and all, you may get in touch with the admin, and they can tell you the details as to how you can get the access.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any questions? Bhavani, did you have any question?
Uh, actually, I just want to know that a tax part because you will cover that tax also, right? For the payable receivable invoice
No,
level.
no.
It is
Tax
getting
as a
generated.
module. See,
Mhm.
tax as a module is something which is an extended module. Okay. So when you say about tax, the tax as a module or a configuration aspects of the tax module, that is not something that we will be covering. So in Oracle, payable and Oracle receivable, you are right. The invoice, when it is created, there are taxes applicable. So I will show you during the transaction perspective, transaction, when we do the transaction activities, how the tax is recorded. Okay, that is something that I will cover as part of the invoicing activity for payable or receivable. But altogether, how the tax module altogether is configured, there is a configuration required. Those things will not be covered because it is part of the advanced modules. Purely what we will be covering is the general ledger configuration and transaction activities, accounts payable configuration transaction activities, accounts receivable configuration transaction, fixed asset configuration transaction, cash management configuration and transaction. This is what will be covered within the course. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Shivram here. After completion of the course, where would one be standing after completing all these things?
So you would be, see, where you would be standing is you would be knowing the configuration aspects and you will be knowing the transactional aspects on a generic level, on a general business process level. Okay, so that would make you eligible to be part of any implementation service providers or support service providers. So as I mentioned, there are many companies that are into the service providing activities. Service providing means configurational activities, training activities, support activities for with respect to these financial applications. So you will be eligible to be hired in those companies. That is where you will be standing. You will get an edge over other people in the market in a sense that you will be already knowing or you will be already carrying this particular knowledge of configuration and the transactional processes of Oracle financial applications.
So you will be touching each and every aspect in each of these 5 modules.
Each and every in the sense the which are in line with the general business problem.
The main parameters which you are talking about, whatever is applicable in the GL or in the AR or the AP.
Yeah, the list which I have shown you, right? So majority of those aspects is what we are going to cover, which is required for you to understand or become industry ready. Okay, now when you say general ledger as an application, accounts payable application, receivable as an application, it is in itself an ocean. Okay, in the sense that there are many features that would be there. But considering the time limitation at hand, the way the course is curated, it is specifically to enable you to be, industry ready. Okay, thereby meaning it will cover the generic business processes and the configurations and processes in line with that. Okay, the let's say for example all the mandatory setups that are required to enable general ledger as an application and be able to do the certain generic business processes, all the configurations, mandatory configurations that are required for accounts payable as a process. Okay, and what are the key or generic business processes that can be carried out in this particular module or application. So those are things how the course curriculum is curated.
So everyone will have their own login. They can do the same things that you will be practicing.
No, you will be given a login, a common login. Okay, for your practice.
Okay.
As an admin, as a super user login, I will be having my logins. Yes. But for you people, you will be provided with a common login wherein you can log in and carry out your activities.
Everyone can access the same thing at the same point of time when you say common login?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thanks.
That will help you even in the case that there are other people who have done some setups. Okay, then you will be able to even refer their setups and do your own setup separately. Even though the login remains the same, still you can do the configuration separately for yourself.
Okay, thanks.
Any further questions before we wrap up for today? Okay, all right then. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope to see you all in tomorrow's session. Thank you. Have a good day.
Whether tomorrow and day after tomorrow the session should be will be conducted will be the same thing, or it is a repetition, or it is different?
No, we are now going to deep dive into the application aspects.
From tomorrow
itself. Yeah, from tomorrow. Today it was just to make you familiar with these Oracle as a concept, what Oracle is all about, what are the modules, application framework, all those things, just to give a generic information. We have covered or conducted this particular demo session. Tomorrow we will be deep diving into the application. Just to give you a hint, tomorrow we will be starting with the security aspects. The first aspect in any application, the security aspects, that is what we will be starting with tomorrow.
Suppose due to some inconvenience, I am unable to attend one session. How will I go through it?
Recording will be available.
Okay, it will be available. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but yeah, recording is something that will be provided to you once you complete the enrollment process.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. So if you confirm your enrollment today itself, then you will be, in a day or two, once the batch is finalized, you will be getting all the necessary logins and everything. The recording accesses, the instance accesses, everything will be provided. Okay, so if possible, as much as possible, try to confirm your enrollment by today. If not possible, you want to still see further, you can join tomorrow's session also, which is free. But later on, if you don't confirm your enrollment, the access will not be provided to you to attend the sessions. Okay. All right. That's all. Thank you. Have a good day. We'll see or catch up tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.